Morning. Hi. It is Monday, September 1st. It's Labor Day here in the US. And I'm T. Waldron. This is my cat Pumpkin. Do you want to say hi? Thank you. Very nice. We're here to give you a little gratitude with catitude. No, attitude. um, so yeah, here in the US it's a holiday where we celebrate our labor with the people at work. And if you have to work today, you're a healthcare worker or let me see. I wrote some notes here. So thank you to all the people who work, okay, and contribute to society and themselves. Healthcare workers, emergency service workers, people who keep our utilities moving, and individual caregivers who care for children and others and their families and beyond. So I want to say thank you to all the people that are working, and that's really a good thing to do. Oh, good morning, Lockman. So you're around the world contributing beyond yourself, and that should be commended. Stand tall, and thank you for doing that. And I did that for the longest time. I was a healthcare worker for so many years, and we would go in on holidays and especially, during COVID, the nurses had to suit up, and they were wearing these incredible, safety suits, and they were so like physically and emotionally drained, and they just kept going. And it's so impressive that there's millions of people in the world that do this. So you should be commended. Thank you. I appreciate the cheers. Oh yeah, you reminded me, your little coffee cup there. This is a coffee with a protein shake. Cheers to you. Oh, that's good. Okay. So I've been thinking about what we've been talking about the past few days, which is how to be your best self. Oh, welcome back to Beanman. Pumpkin, you have a hello from Germany. Yes. Yes. She's a British short hair, so she's European as well. So I've been thinking, we've been talking about how to be our best selves, okay? And I know I had you a couple days ago, I think, say, what's the biggest thing I want to change? And it's good to know that. It's great to identify that and say, I want to be, I want to quit smoking. That was one of them. That's a major hard change. If you have not done this work before, you may want to start smaller. So I thought about that. I need to modify what I was saying. I have a correction. If you're just starting out in this track, it's hard. It's good to identify the major goal you want to change, but you may want to start smaller. Lower the barrier to entry and do what works for you. So I wanted to just say that. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful week as well. Hi, it is I. That's hysterical. That's a great handle. So I'm a systems thinker, and I encourage you to think about whatever you change, decide to make, and apply the following structure so you can anticipate maybe there'll be some challenges as you decide to make, if you decide to change something. I feel like there's always something we can, tweak and do a little bit better and kind of focus on. And whether it's to get to be healthier or to be more in touch with ourselves or socially, our community, or to volunteer. There's some things we can do. Yeah. So do you agree? I'm curious if you think there's always something we can work on or not. Yeah, so when we go to make a change, things may come up. So I'll use the example of me not procrastinating. So a lot of times what would happen, many times, I like things to be perfect, and so I would procrastinate. So I'd research things too long, or just get distracted and not do what I should be doing to accomplish the things I need to do. So then I would have to go somewhere and I'd be late. So one of the things that I was struggling with quite a bit is being late. So I'll give that as an example to these things. So the things that we can think about that might get in the way of us changing, oh, thanks for the hearts, I appreciate that, is external factors. Like before I would go somewhere to do something, I would try to cram in 10 different things around the house, like, oh, I need to do laundry, or I need to get this email done, or whatever it is, and do too many things and then I would leave late and then rush to get somewhere and then be late. And that's an issue because it's not who I want to be. So I want to be respectful of the people that I'm meeting or whatever I'm doing or the class I'm taking. So I want to get there on time. And so external factors can be an issue. You have to see what's happening and then work on that. So that's one thing. The second thing is body drives. So I would sometimes just be not want to get there too early, and my body would say, no, we don't need to do that, and I would listen to it, which is wild. And the other thing is identity. So maybe I identified as being a person who is late, and I just didn't think I could change. I'll see you later, Pumpkin. Thanks for joining us. The other thing is relationships. So perhaps there are people in our lives that back when I was late all the time, they would expect me to be late to gym class or whatever. And you kind of get into that identity with the people around you. And it can be good if it's a positive identity. You know, it can be like, oh, you know, I'm the person that can be counted on, but it can also be a little bit detrimental to how we feel. You know, if people always comment, oh, there she is, you know, she's late again, and then you sort of build on that in your mind sometimes. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but it did with me anyway. And then also past memories. You know, maybe I was always late, and it just, that's how I am, and that's how it's going to be. And when I'm on time, there's no positivity. Like, it doesn't matter. You should all listen to Illit. I don't know what that is. It can cure depression. Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is, Dieter Wolf. Dexter Wolf. Thank you. Too lit. Okay. Then the other thing is emotions. Our emotions. Like, when I was late, I would be wound up. I would be like driving there and just, you know, kind of very defensively driving. And then that would contribute to my stress throughout the whole day. And then it almost fed upon itself. So now that I said it, well, I'll tell you what my solution is momentarily, but now that I'm trying not to be late and changing that perception of who I am and that identity, it has changed all my emotions, and it kind of broke the cycle, which is fantastic. And then also beliefs, like I can never be on time. In fact, in high school, my best friends, I don't know if I think they wrote it in my yearbook, you'll be late for your own funeral. Like, I was late all the time. So, and that was disrespectful. So changing that belief that that's who I am and that's how I'm always going to be can be really challenging. But you know, if you start keeping the promises you make to yourself on something small like this, and for me that was major, but for many people it's not. Then you start to say, oh, I can do this. I can be a different person. That's not who I am. I'm breaking this narrative. Okay. Illuminati is real. Kempo Instinct 777. Yeah, I don't doubt many things. You know, that's possible. But I don't know what that has to do with this conversation, you know, but that's okay. Okay. So does that make sense to you guys? Like, that we can look at our lives and decide what we want to do. And if we want to continue along the same path, if we're on a good path, fantastic, good. But if you say, oh, you know what, this is something I would like to change about my life, it's kind of useful to break it, decide what it is, and then decide what you're going to do differently and how you need to maybe change your environment. So I needed to cut out some of the extra things I was doing before I had to leave the house. I would try to accomplish like 3 major things. And now I'll say, okay, what's realistically something I can do? And I'll try to do 1 major thing. And then if I can start the second one, I do. And then also I'll set a timer. So that's also environment. So I'll set a timer when it's time for me to leave. And I know, okay, whatever I'm doing, I'll pick this up when I get home, and I take off at a reasonable hour. Oh, I'm from the East Coast of the U.S., near New York City. Thanks for asking. I can't pronounce your name because I don't know Cyrillic. Eopinia. Okay, welcome. Yeah, that was my cat Pumpkin. She took off. She's over here. You want to come back? No, she's just looking at me. I hope you're having a great day, wherever you are. Yeah. So I hope that clarified things. And in general, so initially we spoke about identifying something major that you want to change. And then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what, I've been doing this for 5 years, so I'm in a different place. Like I did the smaller stuff already. I kind of handled all that. And now I'm hitting the major stuff, like my addiction to chocolate and other things. So sometimes when we create something, like I want to create this discussion back and forth about things you may be going through, and then eventually formalize it and make like kind of an ebook, you know, that people can sort of check out and think about for themselves. But I have to think back, okay, how was it 5 years ago when I started this? I didn't hit the major stuff because I would have failed. You have to start small. It's what did I put in here? I put some notes. Yeah, it's like you want to lower the barrier to entry, right? You want to make it simple. Okay. Yeah, I'm speaking about being your best self. Let's see. Oh, I missed some comments. I apologize. Good morning, Jeff. Oh, you have 2 cats. Excellent. Me too. PTA Leaders Union. I'm not sure what that means, Tesso. Rajan, mad woman. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to be your best self. Okay, we're going to delete that. Boom. Okay, Herbert. Keep working on the internal awareness. Absolutely. Become more connected to those internal parts that create behaviors that don't work for you. I'm going to read that again, Herbert, because that was very wise. Keep working on the internal awareness. Become more connected to those internal parts that create behaviors that don't work for you. Absolutely. And if you are not familiar with the work of Dick Schwartz, that is precisely how I started on this stuff. He has a program called it's a mode of psychotherapy called internal family systems, and it basically looks at the different parts of ourselves and then identifies what's healthy, you know, which parts of us are healthy and which parts maybe were developed when we were kids as a coping mechanism. And I know, yes, and they take on unhealthy roles when we're little, and then they just keep doing those roles throughout our life, thinking that they're helping us. They're actual little parts of us. And we have to say, okay, is this part of me that, say, loves chocolate? Is that part helping me? Or is that hindering me? Is that part that wants to do so many things that we're late all the time? Is that a good, healthy situation? Or does that need to you know, you gotta actually work with the parts and then modify them, which is a beautiful way to do it. But that's a great point, Herbert. Thank you. Thanks for being in. Sirkin, welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, Pumpkin was here earlier, Sirkin. I don't know if you saw her, but she jumped. She had enough of this. She's sitting by her dish right now. So good to see you back, Herbert. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is amazingly powerful, you know, and that's a lot of the point of this channel is helping people create a safe space so that we can talk about the external, which everybody talks about, but let's go within, you know, let's see what power we have within ourselves and unlock it. And I think that goes back a little bit to that Illuminati comment earlier, because there are some people in the world that have this knowledge, and I don't know that they share it. I don't know that I've heard in many circles that people are wielding this power so that we're distracted and we don't look within, because that's how we unleash our power. So, good morning, Art. Yeah, people give away their personal power and control over their own lives. Most never know they had it to begin with. That's precisely what I'm saying. Exactly. Mumtaz, welcome. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. If you have any topics you want to talk about, I think we did this week has been how to, you know, get to know yourself a little bit, and those were things that actually, that whole list, and I'll put this in the notes. I have yesterday's notes and today's notes to put on the community page. I'll add those in, but those were things that were impediments to meditating. But then when I was thinking about, well, what are impediments to changing, to creating change in my life? it's the same stuff. Like, I think as we continue in life, you can find the same things coming at you to kind of get in your way. And then if you can, once you get good at navigating around them and identifying them and say, oh, this is just a roadblock. This is just, I've got to go a different way. It's a detour. So finding ways around this stuff is increases your power. And that's what I'm here for. So yeah. Hello. Well, welcome from Pakistan. Cheers to you. We're from the US. I just got back last night from a trip to Florida. I was there for like 10 days at a meditation retreat. And that was, oh my goodness, we have so much power within. I can't even, I mean, I did some videos on that back when I was there, but it's a wonderful practice. And we're not taught about that here in the US. We're taught about, always external, a lot of external stuff, and going within, and really connecting to source and God or the universe, whatever you want to call the higher power, is where our power lies, and in each other. And we're all connected. We're all connected through that, and we don't realize it. I mean, some people do, which is great if you realize that. But I just wanted to share that with you. All right. Oh, Pumpkin's coming back. All right, Pumpkin, you know what? Come on back. Come on back. You could do it, Pumpkin. Come on. Oh, here's this book in your way. Come on. Come on. Can you do it? I'm going to encourage her to jump. She won't do it if they want her to. Come on. Here she is. Okay, come on, ready? Jump. And she's back. I was just about to sign off, Pumpkin. Thank God you came back. Yes, they missed you. Get back over here. Can you turn around? Can they see your face? No. And I guess I'll leave you with one quote here. And this is again from my book, Irreducible by Federico Fagin. Oh, and this was the quote I was trying to find last night, and my little page sticky fell. So here we go. All right, so this talks about true intelligence, and I'll leave you with this. Okay. True intelligence is intuition, imagination, creativity, ingenuity, and inventiveness. It is foresight, vision, and wisdom. It is empathy, compassion, ethics, and love. It is the integration of the intuitive mind, the empathetic heart, and courageous action. In other words, true intelligence is not separate from the other properties that make us human and that require consciousness and free will. So I think that's a beautiful quote, and I hope you have a great day. I want to thank our moderator, Imran Hossain. He's phenomenal. Check out his info in the bio if you need an SEO optimizer. He's terrific. Okay, so from myself to yourself, thank you for joining me on this journey. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Okay, bye.